What's going on, guys? Lildogdog here. Today I'm bringing you a guide for King of the Dwarves. This is a one-to-one quest guide where you're going to be able to follow along everything I do and complete the quest just as I do it. This is going to put you one step closer to the Iminkando pickaxe and birthright of the Dwarves. Be sure to check my channel for that guide. It'll be out soon if it's not already. And like and subscribe because it really helps. 90% of you watching this video aren't subscribed, and that just hurts my feelings. So if you could, subscribe. Anyways, the requirements for this quest are that you complete Forgiveness of a Chaos Dwarf. That quest is on my channel, as well as My Arms Big Adventure, surprisingly, also on my channel. If you haven't completed these quests, you aren't even going to be able to start this quest, so don't bother. As for the skill requirements, you're going to need 68 mining, 70 smithing, and 77 strength. These are not boostable, so don't even think about it. 90 strength is recommended to be able to collect the big rock, which is basically an emote later in the quest. You'll see I get it because I have over 90 strength, but it is not required. You only need 77 strength to finish the quest. Now, as for items you are going to need to bring to be able to complete the quest, that is 6 soft clay and 6 mithril bars. Don't even think you're going to finish the quest without having these items because it ain't happening. No way, no how. And I am going to recommend you also bring combat equipment and food that you will need to defeat a level 84 enemy. This is Colonel Grimsson later in the quest. I recommend you just bring the food along with you while you're doing the quest. You don't have to go bank because you can fit, 6 or 10 pieces of food and wear your combat equipment throughout the quest. All right, so to start the quest, you're going to want to go to this location in red on the east side of Keldagrim. To begin the quest, you're going to want to talk to Lava Flow Miner Sven, who can be found standing outside the entrance to the Lava Flow Mine, and choose the first chat option, I'd like the tour. This is going to bring up the quest accept dialog box. You're here, accept the quest. And then once you accept the quest, it's going to put you through a cutscene and take you into the Lava Flow Mine. He's going to give you an overview of the Lava Flow Mine, how it works, what the point is, yada, yada, yada. And eventually, there's going to be a big problem, which is someone sabotaged the mine and is causing an explosion, which hurts people and families. So luckily you're there, and they're going to ask you to save the dwarves that are trapped under the rocks. So the cutscene's over. You now have to free 6 stuck dwarves from below fallen rubble. It is important to note that you can only mine the lighter colored rubble, and there are 3 dwarves to the north and 3 dwarves to the south. They are all on the westernmost walkway. If you click on a rock and it says that you cannot mine this rock, it's too dense, there's another path that you need to take to get there. The dwarves that you need to free are stuck under large rubble. If there is not a dwarf stuck under that large rubble, you cannot mine it. Once you free a dwarf, you're going to want to take them back to Foreman Jack, who's located at the entrance of the Lava Flow Mine. The dwarf will be removed from your inventory, and you can go get the next dwarf. You can only carry 1 dwarf at a time. Now, this is quite a long start, a long little mini game to begin this quest. You're going to want to repeat this process until all 6 dwarves are freed by mining the large rubble and then walking them back to Foreman Jack. If you are stuck for whatever reason, just try and back up and see what other possible ways there are for you to go. Now, you'll notice after you free 2 dwarves, the consortium is going to send dwarves in to fix the machines. They don't even look at the miners. What the heck? There's miners dying. Why? Why? Why would you need to fix the machines? Put money over lives. All right, I'm going to quit rambling. Just repeat this process 3 on the north, 3 on the south until all 6 dwarves are freed. Heyo, here I am. So once you take the final dwarf back, two of them did unfortunately pass away. You're going to want to exit the mine. And then talk to Veldaban, who can be found standing just to the north in the group of protesters. Veldaban will be like, I heard what happened. What happened? Choose the first chat option. I tried to save the miners, but I wasn't fast enough. Followed up with the first chat option. The guards said their orders were to fix the machinery. And shortly after that second chat option that you selected there, a cutscene will begin where the consortium comes and arrests Veldaban. Choose the second chat option. It was a Chaos Dwarf, because they thought Veldaban was the one who blew up the mine, because he's been so outspoken against the consortium. But they don't care, and they arrest him anyway and take him back to the top floor of the consortium. So, we need to go to the top floor of the consortium and free Veldaban. That's not cool. So I've highlighted it in red because it's not actually on the minimap. It's in that location, but it's above the river. So proceed to the top floor of the consortium by walking to the river and going upstairs to the consortium. I've said consortium so many times it doesn't even sound like a real word anymore. Wow. All right, so once you reach the top floor, a cutscene is going to ensue, wherein the consortium members begin to argue over what should be done, how they address the situation, and Veldaban's situation, whether they should continue to keep him in custody or release him from custody. Veldaban, defends himself, says he has nothing to do with it, and then the cutscene ends. So, for starters, you're going to want to talk to Veldaban and choose the third chat option. Why are you so angry? Shut up, dude. And follow that up with a second chat option. You should try to calm down. He says, you're right. Get me out of here. So that's exactly what we're going to do. First, we're going to talk to the Green Gemstone director, and we're going to convince them that they should release Veldaban. Start with the fourth chat option. I was there when the explosion happened. And then follow that with the third chat option. I rescued some of the miners. That's all you need to do to convince the Green Gemstone director. And then we're going to talk to the Yellow Fortune director. Choose the first chat option. Why did you arrest Veldaban when talking to the Yellow Fortune director? And then let her know that Veldaban was popular. Arresting him makes you look worse. And then the reality sets in like, oh shoot, you're right. That was dumb. We shouldn't have done that. All right, next, you're going to want to talk to the Blue Opal director. Start off with the second chat option. Tell me about the lava flow mine. And he's going to let you know that what they did, well, it seemed bad, is what they had to do to save everybody. Had the lava flow mine exploded, it would have killed a lot more people than just the two miners who were injured. Choose the second chat option, so the Chaos Dwarf blew off the secondary boilers. And be like, yeah, and had we not fixed it quickly, a lot of people would be dead. All right, next you're going to talk to the Brown Engine Director and start with the third chat option. What did you want to do about the miners? He tells you that what happened is what he wanted to do, but it was a very difficult decision because he knew that people would die either way. Second chat option again, it was a difficult decision. I understand. And then that is the final director we need to talk to. Now, we're going to want to dismiss all followers, make sure that you get rid of them, and speak to the Consortium General Secretary. Choose the first chat option when presented to say, I've talked to everyone I need to. And this will bring up a cutscene in which they all agree that Veldaban should be released, that Veldaban did not have anything to do with the explosion, and that Veldaban's release will make them look better and improve the situation rather than arresting him. So after this cutscene ends, Veldaban is going to be your follower, which is why you had to dismiss any pets. If you lose him, he can be found at the Laughing Miner pub in East Keldagrim. So now we're going to want to go to the protest, which you were just advised of, which is in East Keldagrim, outside of the consortium. So we're going to want to proceed to the protest. Start by going downstairs, run east through the consortium. Go down the stairs again, and the protest can be found just outside the doors on the east side of the consortium. One thing to note here is that Veldaban gets easily stuck on things such as doors, as you can see happens here. And there is a jump cut coming up after you talk to Hreidmar, where I have to go back and get him and edit it out. See, he's stuck right there. Anyways, talk to Hreidmar. He's going to tell you that he's leading this protest because the rightful king needs to take over, and he believes he's the rightful king. So after that cutscene, and sorry for the cut once again, talk to a protester. Choose the first chat option. Does anybody know where Meike is? It might be Meike, might be Mikey. I like Mikey. And they're going to tell you, yeah, go check the King's Axe Inn on the west side of Keldagrim. So proceed to the King's Axe Inn. Going through the consortium would be faster than the route that I take, but I really cannot stand going all the way to the top to cross the river and then going all the way back down. I prefer to just walk on the ground. So I did just that. All right, so once you get into the King's Axe Inn, you're going to want to talk to Looker, who's located at a table on the west side of the inn, and choose the third chat option. You're not joining the protest. He's going to be like, I should. I know I should, but I'm not. And he's going to look all sad about it. And basically, your search for Mikey continues, so choose the third chat option, goodbye. And then we're going to head to the Blackguard HQ, just a little northwest of the King's Axe Inn. Once you get to the Blackguard HQ, you're going to want to go inside and talk to Klaas, who is not happy that you are there. He's like, you just walk in here. What's wrong with you? Veldaban, you're not even here. You're not even one of us anymore. You're not Blackguard. You got fired. And he's like, no, we just need to find Mikey. And they're like, oh, well, we know where she's at. You should probably go to the Watchtower that's located in the south of the Consortium, where you killed a Chaos Dwarf in Forgiveness of a Chaos Dwarf. And so that's where you're going to go. It's to the Watchtower, south of the Consortium, where you killed a Chaos Dwarf in Forgiveness of a Chaos Dwarf. So proceed to the Watchtower, like it says on screen. I took the time to type that out, put it in the guide. You can at least follow it and go to the Watchtower, eh? Yeah, that's what I thought. Once you get to the Watchtower where you killed the Chaos Dwarf and Forgiveness of a Chaos Dwarf, you're going to want to climb to the top. Once you're on the top of the Watchtower, you're going to want to talk to Mikey. Mikey's like, hey, you found me. What up? You just played hide and seek across the entirety of Keldagrim, but here I am. Now we can help. We need to get into the records chamber so that Hreidmar is not the king. Choose the third chat option. We can get to the records chamber first because you're all about to alter some records. Spoiler alert. My bad. But you need to find a way to actually get into the records room. And that the only place where the keys are stored is in the library. So you say, all right, I'll meet you both at the library. They teleport away. Be nice if they teleported you with them. But now we have to walk to the library, which is north of the Consortium, on the west side of Keldagrim. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to proceed to the library, like it says on screen. a little misclick there. We're just going to disregard. All right, so you've made it to the library. You're wondering, Lildogdog, what do I do? You talk to Mikey. Or Veldaban, really, either one. But talk to Mikey because I talked to Mikey. Then you're going to want to talk to the librarian because you're in a library. And what else do you do in a library other than read books and talk to the librarian? Choose the third chat option. Can you open the display case, please? And because you were so polite and so nice, the librarian is like, yeah, I will. And I'll be easily distracted while it's open if you wanted to come back and talk to me. So, you're going to want to go over and open the cabinet on the north wall near Mikey. This is the display case which holds the keys. And then you're going to want to use the soft clay on Mikey. Once you've done that, she's going to tell you to distract the librarian, who is easily distracted. So talk to the librarian, who may or may not be hiding behind a door. Choose the third chat option. Can you tell me more about the keys? And this is his moment. This is what he's lived for. He wants to share his knowledge of one of the only display cases in the entirety of his library. So he's easily distracted. And once he's done talking, you just go back and talk to Mikey, who has made molds of the keys using the soft clay that you gave her. Now, what do we do with these molds? You go to the furnace and you use those mithril bars that you have in your inventory because you watched the beginning of the video to make duplicate keys. So we're going to proceed to the furnace, which is in the bottom floor of the consortium. Whew, need to take a breath. Open the door, walk your character over to the furnace, use the furnace, and then select the first chat option, yes, twice in a row. Because it's going to ask, do you want to make mithril keys? And then you say, yes, I want to make duplicate keys. So you then make key 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Each key has a corresponding number, which is important to note for the next part of the quest. So once you've got those keys, you're going to head to the records chamber, which is on the west wall, just west of the Blackguard HQ. Do what the screen tells you to do. Once you've made your way west of the Blackguard HQ, enter the records chamber, and within you will find Mikey and Veldaban. We're going to talk to Mikey. Mikey's like, all right, we got to unlock this thing. You got the keys? And you're like, yeah, I got the keys. So now you have to place the correct key in its corresponding keyhole. The correct order from south to north is seen on screen as key 5, key 1, key 4, key 6, key 3, key 2. I say south to north. It could also be left to right if you're facing the next door you're going to go through, or if you're facing the wall. But it is key 5, 1, 4, 6, 3, 2 as seen on screen. All right, once you place the final key in its corresponding keyhole, you're going to enter the door on the west wall. This is going to open up the records chamber where Mikey and Veldaban enter and discuss who is the rightful heir to the throne. To their horror, they realize that it's actually Hridmar who is the heir to the throne. If they were to disbar the consortium, I've said that word too many times during this quest, they were to disbar the rich folks who run the town and actually put a king back in power. She suggests that she could alter the records, but Veldaban is like, no, it has to be real. Uh, and she's like, all right, we're not gonna alter it to make you the king. Absolutely not happening. And then the cutscene ends. So once the cutscene's over, you're going to be left standing there in the records chamber. Talk to Veldaban, standing on your left, to the south, and then choose the first chat option. Can you show me the way to the Baron Deer Caverns? It's going to teleport you to the south side of West Keldagrim, and then you're going to enter the tunnel on the east wall. Now, once you enter the tunnel, you're going to want to run northeast to the opposite end of the cave. Not really sure why I capitalized opposite, but what's done is done. Be ready for combat with the level 84 Colonel Grimsson I warned you about at the beginning of the video. So when you run over to the other end of the cave, you're going to see him standing there with just his posse. Talk to him, threaten him, talk crap, let him know that you're here to kill him. He's laughing at you like, ha, 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 ha. You think you can fight me? No. But joke's on him because you came prepared. As you can see, I have my full magic gear, which is the worst combat in game. And once you're done, you're going to attack him. Don't let him kill Veldaban. You're going to want to, if you need to use a taunt, which is a thing in this game, use a taunt, but don't let Veldaban die. All right, once Colonel Grimsson is about to bite the dust, he's going to run away like a little dweeb. And Veldaban's like, what a baby. So talk to Veldaban once the fight is over, and choose the third chat option. We should get reinforcements. Follow it up with a third chat option. There's a bit of a pattern here. What about the trolls? Again, the third chat option. Why are you so scared of the trolls? See the pattern here? Guess what? Next one, third chat option. I'm going to go and talk to them, with or without you. You just put this man Veldaban to shame, showing him you're not scared. All right, once you're done with that, walk southwest and then enter the first door to the east. So you're basically walking back down the tunnel, and then the door to the trolls is right here on the east. Enter, and then walk straight ahead and talk to Pretty Flower, who is just standing there, looking like a warlord. Pretty Flower's like, huh, you look tasty. You're like, no, I need to talk to you. And you're like, I'm not going to talk to you. And then you say, how can I prove I'm worthy? And Pretty Flower's like, look at that pretty rock. And then the game pans your camera over to a big rock. I said pretty rock, it's a big rock. Lift that big rock. Your character's going to pick that thing up, waste all of his energy, or her energy, I don't assume, and then put it back down. If you have over 90 strength, it's going to get put in your inventory. But Pretty Flower's like, you didn't need to pick that up. You need to lift the troll named Big Rock, seen walking around nearby. So you're going to click on Big Rock the troll, and your character's gonna lift him up. Yeah. Boom. Lifted him up. Now you've proved yourself to Pretty Flower. Should be done, right? Pretty Flower will agree to help. We're going to find out. Talk to Pretty Flower. Pretty Flower's like, all right, I'll listen. Say, we want you to help defend Keldgrim from the Chaos Dwarves. And then say, I'll just be going, because clearly Pretty Flower not interested in helping you. All right, next part of the quest. You need to talk to My Arm, located just northwest of your current location. And choose the third chat option. How can I get Pretty Flower to listen to me? My Arm's like, Pretty Flower is deaf. What are you talking about? So choose the second option. Pretty Flower is deaf. He's like, yeah. Flowers don't have ears, you dumbo. What are you talking about? Only crazy people talk to Pretty Flower. So choose the third chat option. Wait, what Pretty Flower are you talking about? And he's like, this one, this Pretty Flower, this actual Pretty Flower, not the warlord we're talking about. Once again, third chat option. Could I have a Pretty Flower? And he's like, why? What do you need a Pretty Flower for? That's so weird. Choose the second chat option. I need to give it to Pretty Flower. He's like, what do you need to give Pretty Flower for? And then say, I need to give the plant to the warlord. And he's like, oh, that makes sense. Why don't you just say that? And then he's going to give you a Pretty Flower. All right, now that you've got the Pretty Flower, you're going to talk to Pretty Flower. And you're going to provide the Pretty Flower to Pretty Flower. You following? So, first chat option, we want you to help defend Keldgrim from the Chaos Dwarfs. Follow that up with the fourth chat option. Take a look at this Pretty Flower with some little ellipses at the end, alluding some drama. And then the first chat option again. It's a gift from Colonel Grimsson. Look what you just did. You just manipulated the trolls into killing the Chaos Dwarfs. And they have no idea it's coming. They're just going to get bombarded. Basically, once you've done that, we just need to complete the quest. So we're going to go back to the protest on the east side of the consortium. And the way I'm going to take you back there is one of the most inefficient ways to do it, but I'm stupid, and it's what I recorded. So return to the protest by exiting through the tunnel to the west, and then running southwest all the way back down the tunnel to get out. Now you're going to exit the tunnel and walk west, and there will be a ferryman there who will take you across the river. There's also a ferry that will take you all the way up to the north side of East Keldagrim. I realized that after. But you're following my guide. We're going to pretend I know what I'm talking about. So we're going to run back to the protest in East Keldagrim by walking all the way there from the south side of West Keldagrim. So go through the tower where we killed the Chaos Dwarf and forget us of a Chaos Dwarf. And you're never going to think of that tower as anything else after this quest, I swear to you. And then go through the Consortium. I decided it was worth it this time, even though it's incredibly annoying to go up the stairs and across and then down the stairs. And, down the stairs we go. See that boat right there to the north? That's the boat you could have taken. Yeah, my bad. My bad. Through the door, and then you'll find Veldaban in the group of protesters. You're going to click on him, and that's going to talk to him. Doing so is going to trigger a cutscene. And in that cutscene, you are never going to guess who is crowned as King of the Dwarves. Spoiler alert, it's Veldaban. Oh, it's not Reedmar. Mikey altered the records to make Veldaban the King of the Dwarves. Oh, and the Consortium stepping down. Oh, so Veldaban's now the King of the Dwarves, and you know what his first thing he does as king? He wants to arrest Friedmar. But you know what happens? Boy gets away. Quest to be continued, but this quest completed. Congratulations. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, join the friends chat, check out my other videos. Actually, just watch all my playlists on repeat so that I get more views. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, seriously though, subscribe. It's a bit of an ego boost. Peace.